All right. All right. All right. Holy shit. Yo, this this episode was one of the worst episodes I think I've ever seen from Zeus. This is one of the this is not even like this is the worst episode Zeus has ever made. For real. This is the worst episode Zeus has put out for baddies. Like they should be a fucking ashamed of themselves. I do so most of the time I just talk and then wait for people and just let people come in the chat. But I'm just like so I'm a bit disturbed. I feel like I was robbed 2 weeks of waiting on this episode to see what I was seeing in the previews, and we got none of that. We got basically a woman throwing up and having and shaking and going through a traumatic experience for 40 something minutes is crazy. Shame. Like, I can't believe Zeus really thought that this was a good idea, that this was a good episode to put out after 2 weeks. Like, this is ain't this a way to bring out the 2020, bring out 2024? It's fucking wild that y'all will bring out 2024 this way. This is y'all first episode of 2024. And that's the episode that you decide to give us. That's the episode y'all decide to show us. That Smiley is fucking drunk for the majority of the episode. And then you all are just gonna put it through this traumatic, mentally disturbing, speaking fucking episode all day for this whole entire time we was watching. Not once is like you guys like dead ass. You could have literally made this episode at least. You could have cut the smiley this smiley shit maybe like for like maybe 6-10 minutes. We didn't need a full 40 plus minutes of us watching Smiley all fucked up. Like this is insane that Zeus thought that this was okay to put out. I don't see any other network doing this or any program putting out this crazy shit like this. Zeus is out of their motherfucking mind. They are extremely crazy that they really thought that this was okay, that we're going to put out an episode of basically Smiley throwing up, having seizures, people laughing at her, people saying yelling at her, saying that she's faking. What the fuck was like, yo, when the fact that Smiley, they said that Smiley doesn't drink or smoke, but yet you decided that you're going to join the Baddies East program, right? Knowing that you're going to be around alcohol and basically weed the whole entire time. And I don't want to say, because I really hope that Smiley was not out here faking it. I really and truly do hope that she wasn't out here faking it. I really hope that she for real was like, and I don't, and even so, I'm like, I really hope, like, we all want to be real and everything, because it's because we're all like, that will be really fucked up that you basically made us go through all of this shit. You made us go through this whole entire ordeal of 40 plus minutes of watching you be fucked up. There is Smiley just put out something not too long ago, I think maybe about an hour or so ago after the episode came out, saying that she didn't even know what the hell happened, that she's sorry to people who had to go through that. and all that shit. The thing is, I want to have sympathy. Like I have sympathy, but I don't want to have that enough sympathy for Smiley because Smiley does these things to herself. Smiley literally just made a diss track on Mariah Lynn and her family. Literally, I think a couple days ago. I think maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, even like I think maybe 24 hours ago, she made a song on Mariah Lynn. A couple, or maybe a couple days ago, but a couple days ago, she made a diss track on Mariah Lynn, basically trying to keep the pot stirring. So I'm like, bitch, now if Mariah Lynn decides to fuck you up and everything, then you deserve that shit. Smiley does these things herself. Her getting that drunk like that is on her. She should know the fact that even if she doesn't drink, she should at least know when to stop. And the fact that they said that she had 4 shots, um, is making me think that Smiley was out here. I don't know if she was trying to mask pain of the fact that she was of what's happened to her with the miscarriage and then getting her ass jumped and then getting beat up and everything and then also fighting Mariah Lynn again. But she did all that she did to herself. I'm just on the fence with I don't know how to feel about Smiley because I don't care really that much about Smiley because I know that she fakes a lot of things and she's also the one that talks about how she be on the black market and all that. But Smiley, for her to, I don't know if she was trying to just party and because she's in Jamaica for the first time, she wants to get turned up and lit with the other girls. But I don't, it just doesn't make much sense. Like, why she would get that fucking drunk off Hennessy in the fact. Maybe dark liquor, and maybe dark liquor is not your thing. Maybe you shouldn't be drinking dark liquor. If you don't drink at all, why did you do? Why was dark liquor your number one choice and Hennessy of anything? Because everyone else drinks Hennessy. They should have gave that bitch some wine first. So crazy. Uh, yo, the fact that Natalie, when Sky told her, "Oh, Smiley's drunk, she's fucked up," Natalie is just like walks to the sprinter and shit, like, "Oh my god, like Smiley, are you serious right now?" Like, she's literally like, "Are you serious right now? What the fuck going on? Like, are you faking this shit? Like, what's going on?" She's telling Smiley fix her feet and shit, like. Now, Smiley's feet was bent. Them toes was curled to the back, son. I just don't know because it's crazy that Natalie was going to leave that bitch in the sprinter fucked up like that. And it wasn't until like she started like having seizures and like throwing up on herself and shit that Natalie really finally like realized, oh shit, like this is not no typical, oh, this bitch is just a little drunk, let's just let her sleep it off type shit. Like, no, this is some really serious shit. And the fact that Natalie was still like, Smiley, fix your feet. Smiley, like, are you like, Smiley, drink some water and all that. Smiley's incoherent now. Smiley don't hear shit. Sky is trying to help, give her some water. Sky trying to take care of her, and then Smiley almost throws up on her, and then Sky damn near smacked the shit out of Smiley, and then that bitch fell on the floor. And one of the security guards, one of the twins, what they look, I one of the big ass security twin niggas. He's like, "Damn, Sky." She's like, "Damn, don't you damn Sky me." He said, like, she almost fell out the truck, the sprinter and shit. Sky like, "Nigga, I'm trying to make sure that she don't fucking throw up on me." She said, "Fuck," and there was another one to use anyway. Like, yo, this whole episode we did not need. We did not need this episode at all. It was crazy that ZEUS put us through a trauma. Shit was traumatizing. Like dead ass. Like this shit was really traumatizing. The whole entire time I was watching this episode, the whole entire time I was watching the episode, I was literally like holding my like both of my hands were behind my neck. Or I started like squeezing my robe and shit. I was like squeezing my robe closed. I don't know. It was just a very like it was disgusting to watch. It was disgusting to watch figurative like emotionally, physically, like it would just was very hard to watch. So I wouldn't be surprised if people skip through it or if people just didn't even finish watch the episode because were literally watching someone going through a lot of like traumatizing shit, like seeing people have seizures and shit, seeing people fucked up, thrown up and shit like that. It affects people, and the fact that Zeus Network not once decided, oh, let's to put a warning or a viewer discretion is advised or something for us to like be aware that oh the episode that we're about to watch might be triggering. Like they didn't do anything like that. Like usually like any good any good program, any good episode, any good show, if they have anything that's like traumatizing or anything that might make the audience feel a type of way, they alert us in the beginning of the episode that warning, this episode will have some triggering topic, will have a triggering topic or have a thing of seizures and everything. Viewer discretion is advised, right? That's what they will let us know, right? Or warning, this episode will involve seizures. Anyone who is affected by seizures or anyone who has or anyone or something like that seizures, please uh please know we are this and that. Viewer discretion is advised or something. Like a warning. They did not even put a warning out for us to see, like nothing. Nothing. I would have really appreciated if you guys would at least let me know that I was about to be watching a woman have a seizure for 40 something minutes. My girlfriend has not even watched the episode yet, and I'm really glad that she hasn't because I'm pretty sure that shit would have upset her. That shit would have upset her the most because my there's people in her family that suffer from seizures, that have seizures. So even if it is true or not, like it would still been triggering anyway to a lot of people who have if you suffer seizures, or a lot of people who've watched a family member or someone that they love suffer from seizures. Watching Smiley go through that, a lot of people will probably be on the fence and be probably like sick to their stomach to watch it and be like, I don't know if it's real or fake. A lot of us is still trying to, a lot of us right now is still going back and forth from Instagram and also on YouTube, whether or not if it's fake or not. And once again, it's because Smiley did this shit to herself. If she wasn't such a liar and all that type of shit, then most likely, like we will probably be like, okay, that shit is real. We feel bad for Smiley, but a lot of people don't have sympathy for her because they know that she might be lying. All that might have been pretend or fake. But I don't know. Like I don't know how you can pretend a seizure like that, having a seizure like that, and throwing up on cue and all that. I don't know. Like that's the reason I'm like I do think that that shit was real, and it's like shame on Zeus Network for recording that for so fucking long and putting out all of that footage. Is and I guarantee you that they probably had to cut more shit out. It probably was even worse. It probably was even worse than what they showed us, but they cut out a lot of shit. But I guarantee you that Zeus show definitely, it was definitely more footage in there that they probably wanted to show, but then probably had to cut it out. It's now making me think like that, yeah, that when that for this episode, like they probably wanted to cut, probably had a whole lot more in this episode. They probably had a whole lot more of Smiley and what of what they wanted to show, and then they spent all of this last week, all of this week, re-editing it to trim down some of the shit because they probably knew that they was going to get probably more backlash of people like what they're doing now, being mad at them that they showed so much, but they still showed a shit ton of footage. So I'm like, I'm trying. Let me now go think. Let me go real quick and check something because I'm a bit curious. I'm a bit curious now on how long was this Zeus Network? How long was this episode? Let's see. How long was this episode this week altogether? 40 minutes and 55. See, look. Now they do. It had a warning. Warning: the following program is intended for mature audience over the age of 18. This program contains themes, languages, and nudity not suitable for younger audiences. But that's not any viewer discretion is advised. But that's not a good thing to let us know. That's not like no. It should have been warning. This episode will involve triggering um themes such as seizures, throwing up, and blank viewer discretion is advised. Like that's not a good warning. That shit sucks. Whatever the fuck y'all was trying to do is crazy. So it was 40 minutes for this episode. So now let's go back. Because they're eating these, they're about to eat these. I'm about to go through the goddamn comment section on the show. Like you get one, like this is what I'm saying. So all of their little filler episodes, like the episodes that lead, like all the episodes that lead to like us wanting to see like the other good shit is like 40 minutes long, right? It's like 40 minutes long. 40 minutes long, but other episodes where it's like, oh, now they're showing like the good shit and the fights and everything, it's 45, right? It's like 45, 49, almost 50 minutes long. So most of these baddies episodes are at least 50 minutes long. This episode, which is 40 minutes long, they cut out a lot of information. They cut out a lot of shit. There was definitely more. It had to be more shit that they wanted to show us. Now I feel that it has to be more shit that they wanted to show, but they saw that but they probably realized that we're probably gonna get a whole bunch of backlash on this, and they probably went to the drawing board and cut some shit out, but they left in a shit ton more. It's wild. Like, why would you guys do this? Why the fuck would you guys do this in 2024? And thought that this shit was good, thought that this was a good fucking idea. So this shit is so upsetting. They got over 20,000 comments. This is like the most comments that they've ever I've seen in an episode in the span of 2 hours since the episode's been out. Hold on. She's Oscar. Yes, we waited 2 weeks for this shit. We waited 2 weeks for this shit. You know, we waited 2 weeks for this. I'm gonna be because I'm here yelling this shit. Let me drink. We waited 2 weeks for this. Just for us to have to now deal with y'all traumatizing every fucking body. And for what? What was the point of all of this? What was the point of you guys what was the point of you guys creating this episode, having your editors edit this episode, and then Mr. Plume Plume, I guarantee you that they sent this to Mr. Plume Plume, and then he approved it and sent it out, and it's like, yo, the way how they portrayed Smiley in this episode, they portrayed her like she was a fake, that she was faking. And this is what they wanted. They wanted us to be going back and forth to decide whether this shit is fake or not. They made this episode look that way. They made this was the whole purpose of making this episode, so we all can be on the fence if Smiley is faking it or not. They didn't get Smiley into a wheelchair, right? They get Smiley into a wheelchair, and Smiley is even before they even got Smiley in the wheelchair, Smiley is having a seizure in the Sprinter van. One of the producer ladies is trying to help her, and they got the security and one of the lighting guys there trying to help her, and they're literally trying to stop this bitch from throwing up on her own, from like choking on her throw up. It's Smiley's head is back. She's incoherent. Look at her eyes, man. This shit is. I know I called Smiley a botched bitch because she still is a botched ass bitch. But damn, son, I just don't get, like, how the fuck did you let yourself get like, and then like it started like maybe this is alcohol poisoning. Maybe she got a form. Maybe this is some like really like bad alcohol poisoning. I just couldn't like. I was just so. This shit was very disturbing. You guys waited 2 weeks to basically traumatize, to mentally traumatize, physically traumatize, emotionally traumatize millions of people around the United States and probably around the world that watch this. You waited 2 weeks to traumatize all of us into watching this episode. I'm guarantee you that a lot of people did not watch this episode. Me, I was really, it was taking me everything not to skip through this episode. Even when like I went through, I was like had my little mouse over the bar and I was like running through it, like not even skipping. I was just running through like all like the little preview like video that it shows on the bar, and literally I was like, oh my god. I'm like, the whole entire shit is Smiley. I was like, it's still Smiley. It's still Smiley. It's still Smiley. I said, no matter what, even if I did skip forward, it was still going to be more Smiley and all this craziness. So I willed myself through to get through this episode. And that's crazy that a lot of people had to push themselves to watch this episode. Like it was drained. Like after the episode ended, I felt drained. I was like, I don't know how I felt. I felt dirty, honestly. I felt dirty. I felt that I just watched some crazy shit happen. I watched a very traumatizing thing happen to somebody, and ZEUS put it out for our entertainment and thought that this was entertaining. The thing that was really like disturbing me about the whole entire thing wasn't just her throwing up and her gargling and you hearing all the noises and her having the seizures. It's the fact that the thing is, it was that they was recording for so long. And literally, like, if you imagine it, and from there, in that perspective, you see it's just cameras recording her having a seizure. So I can see that like other people that was watching that shit in person, seeing it and thinking that it was probably like all this shit is for TV. they did. It wasn't even like it was like it didn't even look like it was like, oh, secretly recording or stuff like that, or that the cameras were actually was like they all the everyone start recording and stop recording, but the cameras were still on and it was still on, so they were still getting footage and everything like that. But no, that's not the case. They were literally running around, walking around, stopping while Smiley is having a seizure, throwing up, and they're recording the whole entire thing. They were even zooming in. Like they were even zooming in. They zoomed in. It was I was just like, wow, like they're in Jamaica right now. They're in Jamaica and they're recording all of this. This is like I think like the first day that they're in Jamaica, like the first couple of hours that they're in Jamaica. And that's what happens. Smiley gets fucking drunk and starts throwing up and doing all of that. They get her in the wheelchair finally, but does it really help? No, because like her feet are dragging on the floor. Natalie literally like holding their hand like she's about to like kiss it, but like it's not like she's concerned. Like none of the girls are concerned, except for maybe like Sky and everything. But none of the girls was concerned. Everyone that was from her house that she came in the house with literally did not give a fuck. They were all smoking a blunt. Anna pulled out her cell phone and was showing them the picture of how Smiley was acting. And look, they get her in a wheelchair and all that, but I'm like, I hope that they're getting her to an ambulance. They pull her into like this clinic or something, whatever the fuck it is, wherever it was, they had a doctor there. And I'm just like, what's taking the pressure and the pressure machine he was using? I'm like, yo, either that pressure machine need more batteries, y'all didn't charge it, or that shit is not working. Because I'm like, why is the arm pressure thing taking so long to read her vital signs and read everything? And maybe because she was thrashing around and all that, that could be a factor. But it was taking hella long for them to get her blood rate, to get her blood pressure. There and the doctor says that she needs to go to a hospital. No shit. They put her in, she's in the wheelchair, and then they're like trying to get her to a hospital, and she starts having like this crazy seizure. She starts having this crazy seizure, and I don't even know if 4 shots of vodka even does that. But you really gave us all. She's on the floor laying down. 4 shots. Like this shit is crazy. Like wow, son. I just can't believe that we watched it. That they forced us to watch this shit. Like it's not even forced us to watch it. We could. It's just I can't believe that they really like they all was in the editing room editing this shit and said, you know what, this is a great idea. Let's just fucking let's just fucking put this out for everyone to see, and then we'll see what they say. And now, like, they're getting eaten the fuck up all over Instagram. Like, nobody is happy about this. Like, nobody's happy about this. Everyone's like, you made it us. Like, I'm unsubscribed. I was like, I told Lex, who's a subscriber of mine, that I was just waiting on thing to unsubscribe. I am unsubscribing from ZEUS today. I wanted to wait until the second episode of the Jamaica thing to show, but I'm not gonna wait no more. You're not getting no more $6.99 from me anymore. Like, it's crazy. There's so many. There are other websites out there, other free websites that are able to play that shows your content for free, and it still shows it in great quality. You guys don't deserve $6.99 from me, and you're traumatizing me and millions of people around all over that watch your content to show us that. Like, you guys literally, like, that's the this we are in the first week of January. We're in the first week of 2024, and you guys end up showing this to us. And now you guys are expecting now to reel us in like a fish to try and wait until next week so we can see the fight between Scotty and Natalie, and a fight between Rolly and Suki. And I guarantee you guys are gonna wait until the ending piece, to the ending of that episode, to show us Natalie and Rolly, Natalie and Scotty fighting, and probably wait until the Sukiana and Rolly fight in the third episode, because you guys like to drag and milk your content as much as possible to keep people coming in to see more episodes, so you can say, oh, one of the most watched seasons, all these views, all that. I'm just, yo, like, yeah. They didn't even get Smiley to a hospital. The fact that she was really gonna leave her in the fucking Sprinter like that was wild to me. Like, oh, we're just gonna leave you. We can't bring you here. We can't bring you to the market and everything. So we're just gonna leave you in the Sprinter. And they were really considering leaving her in the fucking Sprinter. Smiley was just so fucked up, and I don't want. I'm still like, she was so fucked up. I'm like, ish, was she was all? It feels like to me, like I'm in the fence of in between. Like, I'm not like, oh, she was fully like fucked up, and then oh, she was fully faking it. I think most likely with how I'm on the fence of it is more like it was in between. Like, it was real, but a little bit was faking. I think, like, because then, like, everyone was gonna like, we'll show where it was fake and where it was real, because you can't be fucked up like that and then it's real, and then you unfake it, and then it's not real, and then you start faking it. um so let me take that back, because I do believe that's real. But then, like, there are some people that can throw up on cue. There are some people that can, but I can like, I don't know. And I'm like trying to, like, I'm here running through it, like trying to think, like, where can it be proven that this part is fake? The thing about her son, her screaming for her son and everything, that seems a bit fake. Like, if you're incoherent this whole entire time and you haven't been able to talk and say nothing, how you're able to now start talking in complete sentences about how you want your son, you miss your son, you wish you would, unalive yourself and all this. So it's a bit like, it's like weird, because a lot of people they don't make a lot of sense. And yes, probably she wasn't making a lot of sense, but she was speaking in full correct sentence, like a full sentence. Where is my son? She's answering questions. Where is my son? Where's my son? I miss my son. I wish I would unalive myself. I wish I was unalive. So there we go. So that is, oh, that's like a part right there where people are like, well, it's fake because it's like 1 minute you couldn't speak, now you're speaking good. The seizures, I've never seen a seizure in person. My girlfriend has, and she hasn't watched the episode, so I don't have her. I would like to have her perspective on it, but I believe that the seizures were real. I don't. I just feel that Smiley has done a lot on this show for people not to trust her. And also, given, like I said, that she just did a song about Mariah Lynn not even like a couple days ago, to now we went from like, oh bitch, you're looking for an issue, to now, oh my god, I feel bad for her. So it's like, what can we like? It's like, I don't know how to feel about Smiley. It's clear that you do want clout. It's clear that you are looking for fame, that you're looking for that big break. And it's disturbing to me that she has, if she has gone through a miscarriage and everything, that she would put herself through, or that she would put her body through all that stress, all of that shit that she's been going through while, losing her baby, then getting beat up by Suki and Sapphire and Mariah Lynn, to then getting into another fight with Mariah Lynn, to getting into a fight with Mariah Lynn's sister. Then you're flying to Jamaica, and then you're drinking like this. So and you never drink before. So what were you trying to do? Were you trying to get rid of the pain, or were you trying to get lit because you're in Jamaica? I don't know. Um with everything that has happened on this episode, I get that they're in Jamaica, and then I saw that a lot of people was like, why did the ambulance take so long? You guys do have to understand that they are in Jamaica. They are in Jamaica. They're in probably a part of Jamaica where it takes a while for the ambulance to get there. And I don't know what they were going to do. I don't know because they didn't show if she got into the ambulance or not. So we don't know. But it seemed like maybe they did, or it doesn't show if an ambulance picked her up or if they took her to the hospital themselves. But either or, we probably have to wait until next episode to see what happened. But ZEUS, wow, congratulations, you guys have topped the fucking cake. When I thought that you niggas couldn't stoop any lower and do more dumb shit, you guys said nope. One more, so hold on real quick. We're just getting started, and you go and pull this shit off on January 7th, 2024, and show people that you don't give a fuck about Smiley or what she's got going on. You guys are going to do what it takes to embarrass this girl as much as you possibly can. And that shit is sick. Mr. Plume Plume is sick. All of the editors, all of the people that was in Jamaica that filmed all this, the lighting, the people with the boomsticks, the people with the cameras that were walking around literally recording and listening to the sounds and everything. You guys aren't shit. That is fucked up. That shit's fucked up, because either way, even if it was fake, these motherfuckers was trying to make sure that they got this shit recorded, so that because they knew that this shit was good TV. To them, they thought it was going to be good TV. To us, we're just like, people are just ready to go to bed and go to work tomorrow and try to forget this episode. I will not be watching this episode. I was going to do a Baddies review. This is going to be it. this is going to be basically it, the Baddies review, because they are not getting, I am not putting myself through that shit again to watch that terrible, that horrible, that trash ass episode that you put me and all these other innocent ass ratchet TV viewers through. I've never seen anything on Now That's TV that was that fucking disturbing like that. Just watching a whole bunch of bitches beat mop neep this the fucking cells and beat the shit out of each other. Like, I've never seen that. Never seen a bitch knock a bitch upside the head and a bitch start having a seizure and all that type of shit. All we saw is bitches that were busted up and then knotted up, but black eye knots on their forehead, probably like they hurt their hand and everything, and then put the ice on it, and then they good the next day. This shit that ZEUS Network did, yo, they made Now That's TV. They might as well have just dropped the crown and just put it on Now That's TV. I think them doing that has now just boosted Now That's TV up even more. Like, even shot it up even more. I still have to watch South Central Baddies, and I still have to watch Young and Reckless. I will be watching those, but I felt like I just needed me a bit of a break. Like, that's what ZEUS did. They made me get, like, I think that they did that shit on purpose. They're like, well, we're gonna tire you out so that you don't feel interested in watching the competition. Because that's how I feel like. I don't even feel like watching Now That's TV now, because I'm just like, damn, like, y'all niggas really just like fucked up my ratchet TV. Like, y'all like because ZEUS is the first network that I watched before, and that I watched on Sunday. Like, I watched them first on Sunday before I watched Now That's TV and everything. And I'm kind of glad that I kind of watched ZEUS today this week first instead of watching Now That's TV, because I would have been like, damn, I watched two good shows that just came out. The two shows that just put out 2 episodes today, and now I had to deal with these niggas putting out this trash ass shit. You niggas got me fucked up. The subscription is going. I'm done with ZEUS. If you guys want me to watch anything else, please let me know. But the shit is trash. I am sick and tired of ZEUS. You niggas is not getting a fucking coin, a piece of nothing, $1, nothing. This was the last time y'all was gonna get some money out of me. For real. This is the last time. I'm sorry to those who had to go through the ordeal of watching the ZEUS Network put that poor woman through that shit, or force that woman to go through that shit. Nah. So, yes, you guys like, comment, subscribe. I do think those that have been definitely watching my content, those that have watched my previous live streams and all that, those that have liked my previous live streams, please continue doing so. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I am out. Peace out, y'all.